see you guys here, and congratulations to both of you in clearing the CPA in a very short span of time. I would definitely wanted to continue with more questions, but I'm just giving a little more time for the other attendees to join so that we can start off with. Thank you so much once again, Shravan and Charita, for attending the session in spite of being a weekend.
Hi. Hi, this is Radhishyam. We are live now.
Okay. Hi, very good evening to one and all. Thank you so much for attending the session. So today we have Shravan and Charita who have completed CPA recently with us, and also Shravan has been placed with one of the Big 4 Deloitte. So we would be now talking to them to see how their journey was and everything. So yes, hi Shravan, a very good evening to you.
Good evening, Namira.
How are you doing, Shravan?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. And congratulations for getting placed with one of the big four and also clearing the CPA in a very short span. So, you're welcome, Shravan. Before I start off with, I would want you to introduce you to the students who have attended this webinar. Just talk about yourself, your educational qualification, and how did you make a decision of doing the CPA, and why did you choose US CPA?
Uh, I'm a BCom student. I was also pursuing CA. I have cleared CA Inter and I did my artificial from PwC. And then post that, I did give a few attempts on my finals. It didn't work out. So then I made a switch to CPA. Only when the exams did come to India, that is when I made a switch to CPA. And I think CA and CPA job opportunities are pretty much similar. And that was the entire reason and the logic behind me.
Okay. So before coming to Simandhar Education, how many institute have you been to know about USCPA, and why did you choose Simandhar as your platform?
I mean, honestly, I did Google a lot of it. I haven't gone physically. I always wanted a platform where it was like more of an online learning and I could do it at my own pace. That was my top priority. I did not want physical classes and all because commuting and all will take time. So I did go through a lot of institutes and did make queries. But what changed my mind was when I watched a lot of YouTube videos of a lot of other past alumni and the way Sripal sir, kind of explained. And I think one of the biggest reasons was Sripal sir because since he's been on both sides, being a CA and a CPA. Now, me coming from a CA background, he understands what my psychology is and how what kind of approach I need to put in and the kind of mental state that I was in. So that was really important because that kind of motivated me, and I know that he would probably understand where I come from, and that was the entire reason.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shravan. Over to you, Charita. Welcome. A very good evening to you. Hearty congratulations. So, how are you doing, Charita?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So, yes, Charita, could you also give your views on how did you choose Samandar and why did you choose Samandar?
Yeah. Similar to Shravan, I come from a BCom background. So I completed my CA Inter, then I completed my CA of Horticulture, then gave 2 attempts of CA final, which I felt was hectic and I couldn't clear. And then I was searching for ways other than CA. So I've been looking to ACCA and CFA. And what made me choose CPA was it's universally accepted thing. So you can work anywhere from the world. And yeah, I mean, CPA really is good. And CPA is, you can apply for CPA from India since last year. So it was a major plus. So I decided to choose CPA. And so after choosing CPA, the first decision is from where should I choose to take up CPA, the classes and the guidance, because uh, sitting for the exams is I feel it's secondary because all the all the accounts to be logged in, the payments and everything is a huge procedure to credit and the eligibility. So I was searching YouTube, and Shipal sir is one of the reasons that I choose Samandar, and also Samandar provides Becker. Becker is undoubtedly the best thing that I've encountered. The classes, the MCQ since were very helpful for me to complete the exam. So yeah, it's undoubtedly Simandhar.
That's so sweet of you. Thanks, Charita. Thanks for sharing your experience with us. So, yes, before we start up, I would request you to stay connected for some more time so that we'll take few questions. We'll address the questions of the students who will be asking you in this webinar. Before that, I'll just give a brief introduction on what CPA is because we have certain freshers also who join this webinar to know what actually US CPA is. So basically, US CPA is a US Globalized Certified Public Accountant course, which is equivalent to CA Chartered Accountant in India. So coming to the scope, it is administered by AICPA, which is an American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, which is the world's largest accounting body. So you come across subjects like US GAAP, US gas, US taxation. This is a 1 year course wherein you need to clear four subjects. One is auditing and attestation, business environment concepts, regulations, financial accounting, and reporting. These are completely online based examination where there is no much of theory into it. So basically 50% of the paper would be completely of MCQs and the other 50% would be the descriptive questions which would be in the format of MCQs. So you don't need a pen and paper to write it. And so when I mean to say the 50% is of the descriptive questions which is in the format of MCQs, that means you will have certain stimulations wherein you will be given a para out of which a question will be asked and a multiple choice answer would be given to choose. So everything is MCQs, you don't have to type anything. There is no negative marking or aggregate that you need to maintain. You can go with any subject that you want. There is no uniform structure or a pattern that you need to follow. The only ground rule in US CPA is from the time you get the result of your first paper that you write, you will have 18 months to clear the other three papers. I repeat myself, you don't have to wait for 18 months to take the other papers because this is a confusion that most of the students have. So it is the result that you get from the first paper that you wrote. You will have 18 months of time to clear the other three papers. And coming to the other rule, in order to start off with your CPA exams, you need to have 120 credits. And these credits are given to you based on the educational qualification that you have post completing your 12th standard. So don't worry about this eligibility and all. Post addressing the queries of the students to the alumni, we will let them go and we will more discuss about the credits and how it is. We have Sonam manager, sales manager, who is also leading the evaluation team. So she will brief you on what credits are and why you need credits and how do you get credits. So please stay tuned. We will address your questions. Now let's look into what exactly a CPA do. I'll not get into the deep details, but I'll brief it. So basically, CPAs can be auditors, accounting consultants, business advisors, decision makers, tax accountants, and more. So basically, a CPA license opens many doors for employment, including the assurance services. You can get into consulting services and business valuation services, environmental accounting, financial planning. You can get into forensic accounting. There is also a possibility of US CPAs getting into information technology, litigation services, taxation services, and you can also furtherly CPAs can hold executive positions such as accounting vice president, assistant director of finance, or assistant director of financial operations. You can become a CAO, which is a chief accounting officer, chief executive officer, and also chief financial officer. You can be a controller. You can also get into director of financial operations. So now you should know why you need to become a CPA. So when you earn CPA, you will experience many major career benefits, including higher income. Most of us look for these kind of certifications to get paid well, right? So this CPA earns you better salaries than regular accountants. And you have more job opportunities. CPAs can work for private companies, government agencies, educational institutions, and non-profit organizations as well, international firms, and many more. So basically, you have a lot of greater job security. CPAs are skills and abilities are always in demand, and you can work for yourself, and you can also start your own firm too. So these are the benefits of US CPAs. Now, if you have any questions, please put across. We would be giving an opportunity. Digital team, please keep on giving an opportunity to the students who raise hands so that they can speak to Shravan or Charita. You can raise your hand. There is a small icon below in the below screen. You can raise that so that my team will give you an opportunity to speak to them. Sonam, I'm unable to see anybody raising hand. If you can see that, can you please call up the names and start giving them up?
Sure. So, Radhesham, please, you can make me a host so that I can allow them to talk. Teja, Surya, Vikas, Mirza, Irfan, these people have raised their hands. Yeah, Vikas, like we have Vikas who are allowed to talk now. So you can go ahead, Vikas.
Yeah, ma'am. What is the difference between the CPA and the CMA, US CMA?
So basically, USCMA, if you want to have your career into like finance and cost accounting, then you can go for it. So if you want to have roles that, as Anuhya just mentioned, into kind of like assurance, auditing, taxation, or international accounting, then you can go for CPA. The basic example or comparison we can have is CPAs are the chartered accountants and CMAs are the cost accountants of USA.
Okay, is any there schedule for the CMA also webinar?
Yes, we are also planning for a CMA webinar soon, Vikas.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Can we have next person? Yes, Manoj, go ahead, please.
Hi, I'm joined from the USA, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and I want to join the CPA program. So basically, I did MBA Finance from India, and recently I moved to United States. So is that possible that I can do a CPA from through India, or I need to do it from here?
You can do it you can appear for the exams from any location, Manoj. You can give it as you are in USA, you can give it from there only.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, Irfan, please go ahead.
Hi, I just want to check, as I have heard from one of my friends that from some institute that they have their own customized software for the practice instead of Becker or any other product. So just want to check the difference. What is the difference between Becker and other customized software? What he was telling me that the customized software, what they have is they will teach the basic knowledge of other subjects like US taxation and other regulation, because so anyways financial accounting we have already learned in our graduation, but for the other subjects they have customized software. I mean the customized software for all the subjects, but in that customized software what they are going to cover is the basics of auditing, regulation, and business environment and concept. So I just wanted to check what is the difference between this Becker and this one, because what he was telling me is that Becker will have only the advanced level of knowledge of this all these subjects, regulation, audit, and business environment and all.
Okay.
Because the Becker product is from USA, so they are keeping in mind that all the people who is taking this Becker software already knows about US taxation in their graduation. They have already learned it. So I just wanted to check, is that true or how is it?
So Irfan, undoubtedly Becker is one of the best software for CPA. I would say, like, there are, like, if there are 100 students who are like wanting to go for a CPA exam, 95 people out of them will definitely offer Becker. Reason being, they are like here, like they are into this since a long time, like almost 60 to 70 years of time. I understand people being from here India, they might have difficulty in understanding accent, and they feel that the like concepts and this thing are high standard and they will not be able to do. So for that also we have a solution. We have our own software. We also, like, we have our own lecturers from India who are CA and CPAs qualified. So they will be like pro- they will be taking the live lectures following the Becker's material. So I would have, we have like our alumni Sri Charita and Shravan who have followed our lectures and they have completed their CPA. So I believe this will be the better person to answer your question how Becker and Simandhar software have helped them. So Sri Charita, if you can take this question up.
Yeah, for me, yeah, starting Becker I use mostly for MCQs and sims, solving problems. Lectures I prefer Simandhar because one Becker I felt Simandhar they give you a perspective from where you have to study. Yeah, they're different. I mean, just try them. Whichever suits you, just follow them.
Shravan, could you also put your views across on this?
If I've understood Irfan right, I think your concern is whether the basic concepts will be covered or not. I mean, I would say Simandhar classes, like Sripal sir, so all the faculties there would start from scratch. There are basics of accounting classes. So even if you're going to start off with say reg, none of us have studied reg. It's a completely new ballgame altogether in terms of US taxation. So all the faculties will start from scratch. If your concern is about concepts, the concepts will be taken up from scratch and you will be given that, with the grooming that is being needed. Now, where do we use our Becker product? Personally, I've only used it for MCQs, Sims, and the textbook that they provide. That is all we've done. And in terms of classes, in terms of understanding the concepts, everything Simandhar takes care. So most of us do not look into the Becker lectures as such. Only if you think that you need or as a revision tool, we end up going and watch the Becker classes. But then if your concern is about basic concepts, the classes really do take well about it. So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
And also, Shravan, if I understood correctly, I heard from the students that you also get certain Excel sheets and certain shortcuts which will, help you a lot. Could you please explain us on how those things helped you in your preparation?
Now, Becker book also has a certain sort of examples. Say, suppose there are 5 examples. There will be one question, and they'll give you a certain sort of perspective. Now, suppose also what he does, he'll take a question from say other publications, from AC publications. He'll put it in, and he'll give you another entire scenario. He'll say if the situation in the Becker book, say the situation say is an X, they'll give you scenario 1, 2, and 3. There might be another 3 more situations which is not covered in the book, which might come in the exam. So then sir would go ahead, take that example in the Excel and he'll explain it to you. So it's like going beyond what the book states. Now the exam isn't just focused on book. What these classes do is they go beyond what the book states. So that is very important because until unless you have that conceptual clarity, no amount of mugging up is going to help you clear the exam. So that is where Simandhar classes does have an edge, and they, giving their own examples really takes that step ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much for helping us with that input. And Shravan, I heard that there's a lot of because this is the perspective that most of the students have when they are literally scared to start off with their CPA journey. They think and assume because of the other portraits of the other students stating that the transcript process and the documentation is very hectic and it takes a lot of time. So how Samantha helped you and what are the challenges that you faced? How was the journey with the documentation part?
My journey was smooth because Sonam only took care of it, to be very honest. As when I joined, Sonam was there. So she took care of my evaluation. I mean, I only did what she told me to. So I just went to the call, went to my university, got my transcripts, and as and when you get a document, and then Simandhar is there to help you out in terms of what needs to be done, in terms of creating an NIAC account or creating a CPA Central account, how to do it, how you should post it, and how you should get your transcripts. If you cannot go and get the transcripts yourself, Simandhar also has a tie-up with other, various service providers who you can reach out and get the transcript. So that was never a problem. I think you can just get your transcripts, and the other process, Simandhar will take care of it. I mean, obviously you'll have to do it on your own, but then there's someone who's guiding you throughout the entire process, and that is the most important.
Thank you, Shravan. And Charita, how was your experience with us in terms of your documentation and everything?
Yeah, like Shravan, everything Simandhar guided me really well. Like there's a lot of procedures to be taken care of before you sit for the exam. So from the transcripts to creation of the accounts to exam payment fee and then scheduling your exam. So everything everything is taken by care by the Simandhar team. And if you have any queries, you can raise your ticket anytime and again it get addressed soon. And I had a little miscommunication regarding the credits, and there was a small glitch, and the Simandhar team really responded well, and I got it solved within a week or less. So yeah, it was smooth. So it helped me to concentrate on the exam because yeah, everything Samantha team takes care of the process well. They guide you well. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And is there are there any questions for them? So, how many hours did you spend, Charita, in a day? And what made you complete it within shorter span? That is, within less than 5 months, you have cracked all the four papers.
Yeah, this is the most common question I get these days. So basically, my goal was to complete it as soon as possible. I had this background of CA, so I think that helped me to just. I mean, I was already in the study mode of CA, so it helped me. So basically, I didn't prepare. I didn't target for specific study hours. I just wanted to complete these chapters. If today I didn't feel like studying, tomorrow I had to put in some extra time and effort. Yeah, obviously starting there was a few glitches in my study, and then approaching the exam, the study hours went longer. Yeah, so on an average, like yeah, um, 8 hours probably, 8 to 12 hours, and before the exam it would go on to 16 hours. Yeah, it varied.
Okay. So, yes, if any of the students would like to speak to them, please raise your hand, and Sonam, please give them the opportunity to talk. Guys,
Sure,
as
definitely.
it's a weekend, they are also busy with their personal commitments. So they have another 10 minutes for us. So please do rush out with your questions so that they will answer you.
So I see Ayush. So Ayush, you can go ahead with your questions.
Hello everyone. Hi Shri. Hi Shravan. So my question is to Shri and Savan, both of them. That I am also currently pursuing CPA through Simandhar, and right now I'm preparing for FAR. So I mean the question is, like I have completed a BCom back in 2018, and after that there was no chain of studying. So what would be your advice about like studying subject like FAR?
I would just say just start deep diving into it. I mean, there's no thought process behind it. The more you think, it's going to only get complicated. So
Right.
best thing is to just take your book, sit down with it. If you say people will say, try and put in say 8 hours, 9 hours. You're not able to start with say probably 2, 3 hours, because since there's a gap, it might take you some time, but then eventually you will reach there. If you put in say probably this effort for say 10 odd days, from the 11th day, your duration will increase. So it's important to just sit down with the book and start studying. That's the entire thought process behind it. I mean, for me as well, I mean, I wasn't really in touch with the book, so it probably took me probably 8.5, 9 months to finish the course. But then, say for far, it took me probably say 2 months to probably do 2.5 months. But then those say probably first 10, 12 days, it took me some time. So I was studying say for probably 3, 4 hours at that period of time. And then say after say 12 odd days, I then increased it to probably 8 hours or so. But then it can only happen if you start getting into the growth. It's not going to happen overnight. So once you put in the effort, I think
Right.
the key to passing CPA exam is consistency. That is all it is all about. You have to be consistent with your efforts throughout, and there's no point putting in effort say one day and then you say slack off for the next 2 odd days. So consistent
Right.
effort, say be it for 6 hours or 7 hours, but consistent effort throughout a period of time will end up finishing. You'll end up finishing it soon. Look, I've also seen people say like she has finished it in say probably 5 months. I've also seen people finish in say 1 year or even say 8 months. I would say for me personally, it was finishing the exam in one attempt. Since the exams are really costly, I had that one thing in my mind that if I'm going to go write the exam, I'm only going to write it once, not nothing beyond that. Even if it meant taking that extra 15 odd days, it's fine. But then you need to put in that those hard yards. So I would give it another round of revision until unless I felt I was satisfied or something like that. So at the end of the day, it boils down to you. But then I would say just give it a start.
Right. Right. Thank you so much, Shravan. Thank you so much.
And also just wanted to make a point, Shravan, not only Shravan has joined his sister also for the course. So Shravan, how is it going with your sister?
Yeah, she's doing good. I mean,
Hope
he
she's
probably listens to
enjoying
her
the
mentor more
journey.
than me. Yeah, she's enjoying.
Okay. Yeah, guys. We have another 10 more minutes, please. Okay. Kulpreet.
Hello everyone. Good evening. So, and congratulations, Chitra and Shravan, for clearing CPA in such a small span of time. So, my question is to both of you, like, what should be the target of a day? What should be the target of a day to, like, to complete one module, to complete one chapter, or what? How you manage to do that? Can you guide us in that case?
Firstly, hi. So regarding the targets and everything, I suggest you to just get started first initially. So you just get the idea of what's going on in the chapter first, and then you kind of get what time is required. I mean, highly depends on people, right? Since I was already in the study mode, I was able to allot more time, and it may not be the situation for everyone. So I
Hmm.
suggest you to just get started first to open a chapter to see how much you're understanding it in the first time. So
Okay.
yeah, don't just get hurried because it's really costly, like Shavani said. So take your time, analyze the concept, and it's important to understand the concept.
O-
So
Okay. Thank you. So, what's your view, Shravan? I want to know views about what's the view about you? Mhm.
I'll tell you what I did personally. Say for suppose FAR had say probably 10 odd chapters inside of it. Say probably
Yeah.
in total you would have probably say 60 odd chapters, right? Say from F3 to F10, F3 to F8, I ensured that I probably did one module a day at least in terms of starting say right from the classes to MCQs to Sims. Before
Okay.
that, say in F1, F2, the modules are pretty shorter. So I would then target probably two and a half. It depends on the kind of module that is. Say if you start say from say probably say leases or something like that, leases one, leases two, or say income tax or income tax one, two. I would do say one module a day. That would be my bare minimum to go ahead, but that can only happen if you're in the flow. I mean, you just cannot get up one fine day and say I'm going to do this. So as Charita said, I mean, you don't have to have a fixed target in mind. It's okay to have one, but
Mm.
then try and push as much as you can. But ensure that you understand the concept well rather
Yeah.
than just trying to finish the content that is there.
Yeah.
So I think conceptual understanding is far more important. It's as I said earlier, it's okay to take say a bit more time, so even a month more, it's fine. But then ensure you finish it at one go, because again you have to put in the effort. It's going to cost you more and a lot more hassles. So it's better to put in that hard yards once before it.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Hey Saurabh, hi, you can go ahead.
Uh, okay, so I'll just give a background. So I've been working for 6 years now, and I have like completed one group of CA final, and I've taken a gap of like let's say 2 years now. So what is the advantage of doing CPA in India in terms of job opportunities, and whether it will give me an added advantage in terms of not being a CA but being a CPA in India?
First of all, I would say there's no added advantage as such. I mean, you are going to get this, but then the kind of situation that we are in, say you are probably in the same situation that I am in, but then it gives you the equal opportunity that you can get as a CA. So you will get the same job profile, you will get the same pay, you will probably get the same designation once you join. So that really helps. And you having cleared your CA final group 1 as well. So I'm assuming you said group 1. If it was group 1, then subjects like FR will help you for say FR, even SFM will help you in say BC. So, and you having gone through the grind of say inter articles and coming through final, you exactly know what kind of effort that you need to put in to clear a professional course. So that won't be a problem. So if you can replicate what you've done before over here, I'm telling you, you'll be able to just sail through. But then do not underestimate the professional course. But so that's how it is. The added advantage, I don't know, only thing I could think of is probably if you want to go outside, say beyond say Dubai or India, then it'll help you because otherwise, I think in India you do end up getting same opportunities as CA, as far as working for US companies or outsourcing work or being Big Fours or however.
Okay.
You do end up getting the same opportunities, and having spent say that much time in CA final, firms do have a cutoff limit of how many attempts we put in for CA. So say if you end up finishing a CPA, and say suppose I finish all the papers in my first attempt for CPA, I am now eligible for to sit in a company where they did have a cutoff criteria, which I wouldn't have probably fulfilled in a CA criteria if I would come from there. So it does open doors to places or organizations which was either closed because of our say problem that we faced in CA finance. So it gives you an equal opportunity out.
So right now, I have already been working in the industry as let's say in corporate finance right now. And as you said that you are working with one of the Big Fours as a let's say in a consultancy industry, more or less.
Yeah.
So does CPA give added advantage?
You are into FP&A or housing.
FP&A basically.
Yeah, so FP&A you have a lot of opportunity in terms of say Accenture, Infosys, Amazon. A lot of these companies do have say even TCS, since they have they are listed on the NASDAQ as well as here. So you will FP&A, there's a lot of opportunity in CPA, so that shouldn't be a problem easily.
Okay. Thank you. That's all, Simandhar.
Yes, Miraz Alam, you can talk.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Miraj, you are audible. You can go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm just asking that as a Simandhar educator, is differentiate from top like Miles and any other. So how I believe that Simandhar will provide much on more things from the top educator like Miles and any other.
Yeah. So I believe like Shravan have answered this question, but I request Shravan to again address the same question.
I mean, I would say I would say which institute. I would say it's very important to put in your effort first. Any institute that you pick up, I mean, you have to put in your effort from A to Z. There are no two ways about it. And as I said before, why Simandhar? There are two things. One is the Becker product. Other is their classes that are there. That is what they differentiates from other institutes. Personally, I've experienced it in terms of classes. I think that's the entire game changer that was there. Because as I said, I mean, sir really goes beyond what the book states. And Becker material is used by say probably almost 90% of the people from the entire world. I mean, I wouldn't want to change anything else. And having Becker and Simandhar come together, I think that's probably the best combination that I had. So one of the reasons, probably the only reason probably I decided to join Simandhar.
Okay. I just wanted to know that is there, if I clear in one exam in this month and after, but not clear in 18th month all the three rest examination, then what I have to do?
So Meeraj, the answer to the question is, in case if you are unable to clear any exam within the 18 months that you cleared from your first paper, the first paper that you write will be lapsed. You will have to write that paper again, and from the time you get the result of your second paper that you cleared, the time starts.
Okay. And one other question is that from the fee point of view, that I have to pay all the four subject fee in advance, or I have to pay only one paper which I have choose or opt for examination first.
Meeraj, regarding this, we would like to address it later, and we would want you to drop your details on our website, your name, email ID, or you can also, there is already a message left on the chat window. Please look for the number or an email ID, send your details with us. We will assign a personalized counselor to you, so who will be addressing all these queries and they will guide you.
Okay, and there.
Sorry, we lost him. Yeah, Pradhyani, go ahead. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me? Am I
Yes.
audible? Yeah. Thank you. So I'm a working professional, currently working in Israel. So I have joined recently. I have taken it a few weeks back. So can you suggest me, like I'm thinking of giving my exam of FAR in December. So after that, uh, firstly, I need to know how should I study for FAR for this December, and also after FAR, what will be my process to be there? So can you guide me in that?
Okay, so Pradhyani, as you said that you already enrolled with us, so you must be having a help desk link given to you along with the logins, right? So please do raise a request to have a one-on-one mentorship program. We have these services available with us, wherein once you raise the ticket, you will be assigned a mentor who will be assisting you in clearing all your doubts and how to proceed and everything.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Shravan and Charita. I understand that it's time for you. I guess we have a last question from Kulpreet. After this, we will give you a break from this session. Okay. Yes, Kulpreet, go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry to disturb you again, Shravan. But my question is, as you are working in Big 4, so what they do look into the candidates besides CPA? Like any additional certifications?
I'm going to join Big 4.
Oh.
I did my articles in PwC, but then I'm going to join Deloitte. So in the interim period, I wasn't. So what they look into it, I would say they look at how confident you are. Technical skills is a must. Obviously, the technical rounds, they are going to test you in terms of what your previous experience is. If you are a fresher, they will test your concepts in terms of which line of service you want to get into. Say if you want to get into assurance line of service, they'll try and test you the different kind of components in terms of how do you want to audit your journal entries. If you want to get into tax, they'll go ahead and ask you how did you go, do the IRS forms, how say probably the form numbers and say how the filing dates and stuff, all that.
Okay.
So it depends on the kind of line of service that you want to choose. I'm into audit, so I can tell you about it, but then tax I'm not really sure.
Like as in they do look for the financial modeling and all the short-term courses alongside of CPA?
No, not the CPA is more than enough. If you want to get into the say the natural kind of line of service in terms of audit, tax, FP&A, those kind of line services. If you want to get into something apart from that, financial planning analysis, you require a CFA. So that line is completely different. Although you can get into places like JP Morgan, but then that has to be, it wouldn't be pure financial services. It'll be more into the accounting side of it. So, I mean, if you're doing CPA, it'll be more into the accounting side of it and not into the the valuation side of it. If you want to get into valuation, you have to do CFA for that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Shravan and Charita. We will be continuing with the student questions. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Thank you, Shri Charita and Shravan, for joining us.
Thank you, Sonam. Thank you, Anika.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, as we all discussed about what CPA is and what the opportunities are. So now here the question arises with most of you, who can pursue US CPA and who can sit for US CPA? So now I would like to hand over it to Sonam, who would be taking up this session for regards to it.
Yeah, so as Anuhya informed in the beginning of session that CPA has an eligibility criteria. So what's the eligibility criteria? How many credits are required? We will have a discussion over here. So basically it's a US professional course. It's US chartered accountancy. wherein we have a eligibility criteria of 120 credits. So there are two things which you will come across here. One is the examination point and the other is license. So anyone who wishes to do this CPA have to first focus on examination. So in order to be eligible for this, you need to hold around 120 credit points for the examination, and post that you need to apply for license, which requires 150 credits. Now many might wonder why this 120 credits are required and what are this and how do you calculate, how will you get to know if you are eligible or not. So in general, uh, in USA we have 16 years of education. That is, after 12 they will have 4 years of graduation or bachelor's, I would say. But here in India we have only 3 years of bachelor's. So in general, 1 year of education they calculate it as 30 credits after your 12th. So 4 years of bachelor's in USA will give 120, and that is how they want you to be holding a 4 years of bachelor's degree in order to be eligible. Now many questions will arise how like here in India we have only 3 years of education, a BCom, a BBA or BMS, anything like is of 3 years only. So how can we become eligible? So many of the students like who have just done a BCom or BBA or anything can still be eligible. Yes, you will have 90 credits. There are certain scenarios wherein a BCom graduate, if you are studied your BCom or your bachelor's from a NAC A graded university and you have passed in first division, so there are opportunities wherein like you can be given additional 30 credits in order to be eligible. Now it is not like in every case it will be possible. These are just the basic criterias. Apart from this, you have to hold certain amount of individual purpose. We have to have your mark sheets of all the like years or all 6 semesters what you have studied. So we have subject experts who have been trained by Becker and Nasba, who will be knowing about this evaluation in and out. So that is why whenever like you need to know whether you are eligible or not, you can just raise an inquiry with us. A personalized call will be arranged and they will collect your mark sheets from your end, and they will get your eligibility check done from one of our evaluation team, any evaluation member, and they will get back to you in 24 hours itself. So giving you a basic understanding, a BCom, BBA, BMS can give you 90 credits. BCom from a NAC A university with first division can give you 120. It is just a possibility. Again, I'm stressing this. So we have to check the criteria to confirm it. So there are a lot of students who are coming from chartered accountancy background like ICWA company secretaries who also wish to upgrade themselves, because in this era because of this globalization and all, one cannot restrict themselves with just CA and this kind of qualification. They have to upgrade themselves from time to time. So I see a lot of CAs and ICWAs also who are approaching for this. So yes, like if you are a chartered accountant, you can be eligible straight away. CA, ICWA and CS can be equivalent to master degrees, and that can give them 60 credits. So if you are a BCom plus CA, BCom plus ICWA, BCom plus CS, you are straight away eligible. And in case like if you haven't completed the entire qualification, if you are just a semi qualified CA, ICWA or CS, then that will give you the half credits. Half of 60 is 30. So BCom plus CA inter or ICWA inter or CS inter can end up giving you 120 credits and making you eligible. So there will be many other students who will be asking, ma'am, I have done my education from a distance learning. So straight away they will have a conception in their mind that if I am a distance learning student, I will not be eligible. So that is a myth, I would say. No, this people from distance learning can also be eligible. It is just that your university have to be recognized by University Grants Commission, that is UGC. So all the universities who are offering this BCom, BSc or BBM, any kind of graduation program, have to have a UGC approval from our government. So if you are doing your bachelor's from a distance mode also, it doesn't matter. It is just that it has to be from a recognized university. So just think that like you will be eligible, share your mark sheets with us so our educational evaluation experts can check that and let you know if you are eligible. Coming to next level, like people from masters, MBAs, MComs will be straight away eligible. Like BCom plus MCom, BCom plus MBA can be eligible straight away. And we have students who are coming from PG diplomas also. There are many of the students who will be doing postgraduate diploma in business administration, in taxation, and many other specialized streams. So if you are a PG diploma from a recognized university, again, so you will be eligible, like 2 years of PG diploma will end up giving you 60 credits, and if it is a 1 year diploma also, it will give you 30 credits. But make sure it is not just diploma or certification program, because just certification program and diplomas will not give you. It shall be PG diploma, postgraduate diploma in some specialization, and it has to be from a recognized university. So again, I would say, like, you will be able to do this PG diploma only if you complete your bachelor's. The base should be bachelor's degree have to be completed. So if you are a bachelor's degree holder plus this PG diploma, again you will be eligible. So as I mentioned, again, like, want to know more, if to be 100% sure on your eligibility criteria, we have our experts, so you can reach out to us to know your eligibility. And CPA is not just knowing about eligibility, it is just the first point, I would say. So once you know the eligibility, there are many other criterias. So Anuya, would you like to throw some light on that?
And also, Sonam, before I get into that, also people who are from BCom, NACA University, still they are unable to sit for the exams. Could you please explain why?
Yes, reason being, like, many of the students have their graduation done from a NACA universities and passed in distinction or first division, but still, like, in some cases you will not be eligible. Reason being lack of accounting subjects, because as I already mentioned, passing from a NACA university and in first division are just the basic criteria, not the complete criteria. These are not the standard things. So if I have done a BCom from NACA university, I will straight away become eligible. No, that's not the criteria. We have to see if you are having sufficient number of accounting concentrated credits or not. If whether you have the specified, like, or required subjects from business or not. So all those are the criteria. We have to check what the subject you have studied. If there are many will urge asking me, like, I have accounting concentration, why are you telling me not eligible? But what happens is, what happens is we will have to check what kind of accounting subject you have studied. Is it financial accounting, is it management accounting, or what kind of accounting subject it is it audited there or not, and many other like that. I have just given you few examples because we cannot have the complete conversation over here. So it is just the idea which I am giving you across.
Thank you so much, Sonam. And please do not worry, whoever are doing their whoever have completed BCom, we have specified bridge courses integrated with us through a UGC approved and AICTE approved. So we would be suggesting that bridge courses, most of them can also sit for the CPA exams while pursuing that bridge course. But it is difficult to tell you at this moment whether you are eligible or not. Most of you will be eligible for definitely, but we can only confirm that once our evaluators evaluate your documents. So without your documents, it is difficult for us to tell you whether you're eligible or not. And we do not take this risk without looking at your documents, because you invest a lot of amount into this. Even before you try to enroll with us, it's a responsibility of a student should know whether you are meeting the state requirement or not, whether you're capable of sitting the exams or not. So I would request you to please contact on the number that we have shared it on the chat window, so that we will assign a personalized counselor who will be helping you with this all kind of eligibility questions and everything. So we are unable to take up most of the eligibility questions right now, because unless until we look at your documents, we cannot confirm you on the eligibility part. I hope everybody understands that and supports us for this. And now coming to the transcript process. So unless and until you get certain transcript from your respective colleges in a sealed envelope, you will not be able to go ahead. So don't worry, each and every university have a different procedure, for which we have a dedicated team who will be assigned to you post enrolling with us, and they will be walking you through the steps. So you don't have to worry about anything. If you are passionate about doing US CPA, just enroll with Simandhar, and Simandhar will make your dreams come true. And coming to the placement opportunities, most of them have dropped their queries that if you're a fresher, can we look for a job? Yes, definitely. We are tied up with more than 125 companies, especially all the big fours and top accounting firms. So, and we have bought a lot of internship opportunities, so that along with the book knowledge of CPA, you also need to have a practical knowledge. So that is the reason why we have had this tie-up with few of the companies who have come forward to give the internship program. And yes, you will also be paid. So certain companies are providing for 4 months internship paid program and certain 6 months. So if you are ready to go ahead with it, please do enroll with us and you can have these placements in your hand. So you can look for the placement opportunities right from the time you enroll with us. There is a separate platform called Kikifin, wherein we will be looking into. We will be marketing your resume and we will also be helping you in grooming. So we have come up with Samad program only for placement, who are aggressively looking for placements. So there is a team who will be grooming you in terms of how to appear the interview, what are the questions, and how you need to prepare your resume. Each and every step will be guided in this. So please do visit our website. You will see all the details. Be active on LinkedIn. Do connect with us. Send your follow Simandhar page, wherein you will see all sort of initiatives taken by Simandhar and what is the passing percentage of the students and how many students are being placed. Each and every details you will get. So people who are not having a LinkedIn profile, or if you're not active, start being active, start creating your profiles, because that is a platform nowadays where it is booming if you're literally looking for opportunities to grow in your career.
Yeah. So Anushya, actually there is a question in the Q&A section wherein a student is requested to talk about bridge codes.
Okay, please go ahead, Sonam.
Yeah, so bridge course is nothing but, as I told you, let's say you are just having 90 credits and 120 is required to be eligible for the exam. We have come across, like, we have tied up with a university which is AICT approved. So yeah, it will be a 1 year of PG diploma course. What that course will be, which is specialization and all, that will be confirmed to you post we take a look at your mark sheets. Because we have to study all the, as I already mentioned, we have to study all your subjects and all, and post that only we can suggest you. So the university is from India only, and it will not be costing you high, I would say. And to know more about the fee details and all, obviously you can place in an inquiry and a counselor will be calling you to provide more details. And the best part of this diploma is we have taken most of the syllabus which is related to CPA, so that a person who is doing a job and doing this, managing to do CPA simultaneously, do not have to put additional efforts for that PG diploma. So whatever you are studying in CPA, that can help you to pass that.
Thank you so much, Sonam. And now there are certain questions wherein most of the students asked why we need to choose Simandhar, and what is Simandhar doing different from the other institutes. So here is the question for you, because this is the regular question that I come across in my daily counseling sessions with the students. So why to choose Simandhar? Simandhar does not, as I told you, we don't just give you the product knowledge or the book knowledge. We also help you with having practical knowledge, and we also come up with corporate grooming sessions. And as a finance, as a point of finance role, how finance plays a major role. So we conduct certain grooming sessions. We help you with stock market sessions. So there are many other things that Simandhar took an initiative to help students to boom your careers in the accounting world, because there are a lot of things and you should be knowing what exactly is going and what is the benefit of doing US CPA, what are the career options. So each and every individual needs to know, just not doing US CPA, but what are the benefits and all. So that is what Simandhar have taken a lot of initiatives. And also in terms of revision classes, which institute takes revision classes at 4 a.m. in the morning? We conduct regular tests and we come up with grooming sessions. We come up with one-on-one mentorship programs. So and our faculty, especially when your faculties are not US CPAs, how will they assist you with US CPA? So that is how Simandhar plays a vital role. We give you quality training. We have all faculties with double qualified and triple qualified, which will wherein you will be helped out in clearing your doubts time to time. There are certain study groups wherein you will be under the supervision of your mentors and faculties who will be assisting you in clearing your doubts. And also in terms of placements, we are now very aggressively, and we are very efficient in providing the placement opportunities to the students who have joined us and also who have cleared CPA with us. Sonam, would you like to add upon?
Yeah, apart from the coaching part and having the faculties conducting the classes, revision sessions, samartha program and all, we also assist you with your stepwise, I would say, the application part. From the time you enroll, getting the transcript, how do you send it to USA, which address you have to post it, which courier agency you have to opt, and where do you post it, and what will happen after you send the transcript, what will happen after you get the report, what step has to be taken, how many days prior to your exam date you have planned to give, you have to apply for exam, like all this, how do you do, what are the questions that you have to be filled in, passport requirement, if you have any changes over there, what, how that has to be tackled. So all these things will be taken care at Simandhar.
As I told you in the beginning, guys, just think about CPA, think about Simandhar. Just join us and we will help you in definitely achieving your goals and dreams.
Yeah, and it's not that we are restricting ourselves after you pass the CPA exam. There are two very important steps after you pass the exam. If you are already into a very good position and all, then we will be very happy for your successful journey of CPA. In case if you would like to help us in any kind of placements and all, like you have seen Shravan, after he passed, immediately we could place him in Deloitte with like one of the big four. Similar fashion, we will be very much glad to like have a student success in CPA with us, and we could place them. Apart from that, we will also help you to get your license, which is very much important. If you take your license, then only you can use US CPA as a title along with your name. Unless and until you take a license, so you can just have awaiting license to you can write it along with your name. But once you take a license, that will add more value to your qualification. So that is why taking license is very much important. I see many of the candidates who have already passed CPA have not taken the license yet, and nowadays they are approaching us for it. So we have started that initiative, and all the students who have passed, we have been assisting them, and they are all license holders. So once you have all the requirements met for the licensing, we will be assisting you for that part too.
And we just not let you just to pass the exams, but our aim and motive is to make sure that student is scoring beyond 80. And yes, you can also look for the scores in with certain students who as I told you, please be active on LinkedIn. We keep posting their achievements over there. Are there any questions that you would like to ask? Yes, USCP, we do help you with the Canadian CPA. Once you clear your 4 subjects, we will help you converting your US CPA to Canadian CPA. There is a dedicated team at Simandhar who will be assisting you with it. And yes, you don't have to write any exam to convert your US CPA to Canadian CPA. There is certain documentation process and a requirement that needs to be met. So my team will be guiding you regarding. Sonam, do you see anybody raising hands?
Yeah, Radhesham, if you could make me the host, I will allow them to talk. I see Pradeep Kumar. You can talk, Pradeep.
Hi, Sonam, can you hear me now?
We can hear you, Pradeep. Please go ahead.
Right, thank you. So just to give you a background, I'm working for a Big 4. I have experience of more than half a decade. I'm working in assurance department, audit and assurance department. I'm really confused regarding the CPA or ACCA. Okay, so I'm a BCom graduate, and if I have to do CPA and if I have to get the license, right, so I have to do a 2 years of MCom or an MBA, I think. So in terms of ACCA, I don't think I have to do further qualification to get a membership. So I'm just really confused if I have do I have to put additional effort, 2 years of effort to get a license, or should I go for ACCA? Is it worth putting again 2 years of effort after completing CPA?
So there are certain questions which you will have to ask yourself, Pradeep, in this case, because like ACCA or CPA, which will add more value. If it is CPA, just because you have to go for an additional education, just don't restrict yourself. Because as I told you, the bridge course, what we are having is having the same subject related to CPA. You really don't have to keep much efforts on that. You can do your CPA and the bridge program simultaneously. You really don't have to wait for that 1 year also to earn the credits and then go for CPA. So just for the credit point wise, you cannot like have that consideration. The other points you can consider, like how long does it take and how can it impact your career going ahead.
Right. Thank you, Sanam. I have one more follow-up question. May I ask that regarding licensing part?
Sure, Pradeep.
Yeah. So I think couple of years or maybe 3-4 years back, there was a statement coming from NASBA saying that people who are sitting at for the exam in the international location, they have to get their license within 3 years of completing their CP. Is it still holds good?
So Pradeep, what happens is once you pass your last exam of CPA, from that time you will have 3 years. That is true, but that is not applicable to all 55 states. There are some state boards which will give you relaxation. So yeah, in case if you are not able to like take the license in 3 years also, you can request them for some extension. That is possible. They understand you.
Okay. Thank you, Sanam.
Yeah. Hi, Santosh. Santosh Kumar, please go ahead. I think like Santosh is not able to unmute him. Can we have the other person, Radheshan?
Yes, Amrit.
Yeah, basically you said it's possible to convert US CPA to Canada CPA with some documentation process. Normally, how much time it takes?
It depends. If you're meeting all the requirements, it might take some 3 to 6 months. If you're not meeting the requirements, you have to fulfill those requirements. So what are the requirements is what my team will be guiding you with.
So those requirements are related to the study material, or those are related to some, I mean, just rough
In
idea.
terms of education credits, also there are certain working hours that are required. So
Okay.
you should be meeting it.
Okay. And do we have any placement service, even though if it is not converted into Canada CPA, to get
Yes.
a job in Canada?
Yes, it is not necessary wherever. See, US CPA itself is called as globalized certified public accountant course. So it is not mandatory for you to convert your CPA as per the state that you get into. Only with US CPA also you can have the job placement done. So if you're going on a valid visa, Simandhar itself will help you with those connects as well and help you place in Canada.
For example, if you don't have see, normally what happens, people who are with the PR status or have residential there, they may be able to get the jobs, but those who
It's
are not
nothing
having.
like that. It's nothing like that. So there is a different process. Please do connect with one of our personalized counselor. I would request you to talk to your counselor. She will be helping you with these details, Amrik.
Okay. And if you want to pursue the course by sitting in Canada, then also it's possible.
Yes, definitely. We have students all over the world taking the classes from us.
Do they
So,
have the examination online, or I mean?
yeah, you have to go in Canada. Also, we have a prometric center. You can visit a prometric center and give the exam.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Ravindra, please go ahead.
Hi. Hi, Sonam, and hi, Anuhya.
Hi, Ravindra.
Thank you for the explanation and everything. Before 2-3 times I contacted Sonam, and presently classes are available both online and offline, or only online.
See, we don't have any physical classes going at Simandhar. We are only having online virtual classes wherein you will see the faculties taking classes right in front of you through Zoom. And you will also be getting the recorded videos of all the live classes that we take with unlimited views to it.
Okay. And actually, presently, I am working with MNC. And before last 15 years, I worked in Dubai, and I am back to India. Now I am working with MNC. These classes are available daily basis or the weekly. Saturday and Sunday I am available. And
See, as I told you, Ravindra, 80 to 90% of our classes are only during weekends. Only 20% that is far. Far is a little vast in syllabus. So we have additional 2 days also happening in the week, which will not be disturbing your office hours. It's from 6:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. So in case if you're missing the class, as I told you, I mentioned earlier, you will also be getting a recorded video with unlimited view to it, and you will also be added to certain study groups wherein you will be under the supervision of your mentors and faculties who will be assisting you in clearing all the doubts. So you can post your doubt and they will immediately get in touch with you.
okay. And the other people, what they ask regarding the license, this is after completing the 4 exams.
Exactly.
Okay. After these 4 exams, if I start, okay, from the new batch, I already started. If I started from this batch, suppose if I attend one exam, to attend the exam, is there any process for the um, process to eligibility for exam? Is there
See,
any
there is
process?
See, there is nothing called as eligibility for exam. So after we confirm you as eligible, then only we take your enrollment.
Okay.
Once you enroll with us, simultaneously with the coaching, you will also be starting your documentation process. Because to get a hall ticket for the first subject itself takes closely to 3 months. So it is not that immediately after you join, you prepare and then sit for the exams. There are little procedures to be done, and for that we have a dedicated team. So Ravindra, what I suggest you is post this call, have a word, have a one-on-one session with Sonam. She would be taking you and guiding you with each and every step of the process, how it
Okay.
works.
Okay.
Sure, Ravindra, we can have a
Okay.
call.
Okay, Sonam. And the
Can you please unmute Santosh Kumar Radhesham next after this?
Team, we have another 15 minutes to wrap up this session. So please do proceed with your questions. In case if we, due to the lack of time, if we are unable to connect with more number of questions, I would request you to visit our website, post your queries. We will assign one of the dedicated counselor to you, who will be addressing all your queries.
Thanks, Sonam, and hi everyone. So my question is regarding the exam fee and the evaluation and the application fee. So do we need to pay it for each exam, or only one time you can pay it?
Santosh, the entire fee is not paid at once. So first is only the training fee that you pay to Simandhar. Apart from the training fee, you will not be paying anything to us, and the rest of the fee will be paid according to the stages that you proceed ahead. So after you enroll with us, we will help you with the logins and everything. Then you will start off with the classes. Simultaneously, you will be assigned a agent who would be assisting you with the transcript process. So while doing that, the first fee that you pay to the is evaluation fee to the board directly. You need to fill an application which my team will be guiding you on, and once you do that, you will be sending your documents to the evaluation board. And once your documents reach to the evaluator in the US, it takes approximately 8 to 9 weeks for you to receive the report. And once you receive the report, that is when you schedule for your exam by paying the exam paper fee and the application fee. So every time you register for the exam, you will land up paying the application fee. Hence, what we suggest at Simandhar is, we suggest you to apply for 2 exams at once, so that the hall ticket that you get for 2 papers will be valid for 6 months, and you will pay the application fee only once for those 2 papers. And it is very easy for a student to plan their exams for within 6 months, right? For 2 papers. So that's why we guide you with that procedure. And once you pay that, you will get the hall ticket within 2 to 3 weeks. And once you get the hall ticket, you will pay the international prometric fee as and when you are ready to sit for the exam. So don't worry, my team will be there to guide you in which step, how much you will pay and everything.
Thanks. So one more question regards to the batch. So Is there any possibility of starting the new batch of FAR?
We just started with FAR, and you have missed 3 classes for which the recording video is also available. In case if you wanted to start, you can join the batch because every class is a fresh class. It is not a continuation of the previous class. So please
So
get
what-
in touch with the counselor. She will explain you in detail.
Sure. And what about the study material and all? So will I get by post or?
Yes, everything will be guided to you. Please get in touch with the counselor. They will help you with the procedure.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Santosh. Have a great day. Yes, Sham, please go ahead.
Yes, Sirisha is my counselor.
Okay.
And I was just asking about the schedule on my question chat. What kind of weekly schedules you have? When is the weekly schedule? What are the timings?
We at Simandhar will go by subject after subject. So now
Okay.
we have started FAR very recently. So Sirisha will be sharing the link. Sirisha, if possible, just drop the FAR schedule on the chat window so that everybody can access it.
And one more thing, you go only by one paper at a time. You don't have multiple sessions.
As I told you, we already have the recorded videos available for all the 4 subjects in the portal. So the live class, we go only by subject after subject. We are also now coming up with another BEC subject end of this month. So within 2 to 3 days, we will help you with the new schedule for BEC.
Okay. And on getting the CPA, which state board I would choose? Who decides what state board I would choose my CPA license to be?
See,
I know
coming
there are
to
55 states. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
you don't have to specifically worry about the state that you choose, because any state you choose, you are globally accepted. It is not that if you're choosing a state now, you are supposed to work in that state only, or you have to go to that state and give the exam. There is nothing like that. You're globally recognized, and that is a rule which was created by AICPA, that in order to sit for CPA exams, you should be falling under one state criteria. Though you are meeting.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is I have a 10-year multiple entry visa, B1 visa to go to the US. I have an option to stay in several places with friends and families. I can choose to pick up one state board and write the exam. Maybe I can choose my New York State board and write my exam in Hawaii. So I have a choice. But
yes, you have a choice.
Who decides which state board I would be eligible for? Is there a kind of
your credits, the credits that you get according to the subjects that you had in your graduation and post graduation?
Okay, got it. Yeah, that answers. Yeah, thanks. And BEC, you said you're going to start by the end of this month, in 2 weeks from now?
Yes. So the last date for the registration of the batch is 20th of August.
Okay. Yeah. And when are these? All right, I'll wait for the schedule from Sirisha. Thank you.
Sure, Sham.
Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, we have another 7 minutes to end up the session. So please put your questions. We will take up as many as possible. Yes, Samrat, please go ahead.
Hi, I would like to ask, I am doing PGPM in finance, and also my course PGPM is consolidated with MBA from an international university. Am I eligible to sit for the exam?
So as I told you earlier, it is difficult for us without looking at your documents, without having it handy with us. It is difficult for us to tell whether you are eligible or not. Please, whoever you are in touch with, the respective counselor, please submit your documents to them. They will help you with it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Hussein, please go ahead.
Hello, I need to know regarding that CPA and all. Is it can you work in USA or in India also?
See, US CPA, yes, you can work abroad as well, and you can work. There are many opportunities in India. So if there are 10 companies coming up in India, out of which 8 companies are US based companies. So there is a lot of scope in India also for US CPAs. directly there is a lot of allusion, and this is a most common thing that most of the students ask. See, only with US CPA you cannot fly to abroad. US CPA is a kind of a professional course which you will be adding it to your resume to find opportunities in any US based company. It will not help you to migrate anywhere. But if you're going on any valid visa like a student visa or a business visa or a work visa, then it is easy for you to find a job wherever you're going because you have this US CPA entitled to your name. But with US CPA, you cannot migrate.
Okay, ma'am, means it is regarding means it is a one type of CA type of exam, right?
Yes, it is equivalent to CA Chartered Accountant in India.
Means if is it a 100% placement guarantee program or otherwise we have
Yes.
to work on it?
Yes, we at Simandhar are tied up with more than 120 companies, especially all the big fours like EY, Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, and other accounting firms. So please do connect with one of the counselor. She will help you with each and every details further. Is that okay, Shata?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Means, ma'am, and fee structures and all we would like to know.
Yeah, we will definitely get in touch with you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yes, Kokul Bhagat.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I had three questions. One is regarding, for example, I am staying in Netherlands currently, and I'm working here in an audit firm. And can I get the books delivered here because it's kind of difficult to study online?
Kokul, regarding this, I would request you to get in touch with your counselor. She would be helping you with the options available.
Okay, and one more question is regarding the testing center because I heard there's a testing center back in Germany. Do I need to go to Germany to give the exam, or is it possible to give it in Netherlands as well?
No, you have to go with Germany. I don't think so. We have a center in Netherlands. Sonam, could you please answer to this?
No, actually, there is no examination center in Netherlands. She will have to travel to Germany. I could share the international testing location link in the chat window. You can check that.
Oh yeah, that will be helpful. But somebody from I think your department told me that there is no testing center, but we can go to the visa office and probably there we can give the exam. I'm not sure if that can happen.
No, there can be a misunderstanding what you have because CPA exams are only conducted into a specified prometric centers. So AICPA has an official website wherein they have mentioned the testing locations. I could share that link with you, the official website link. I don't see Netherlands available over there. Germany is a testing center which you can travel and give.
Okay. And my last question is regarding the number of hours since I am working and I won't be able to give more than 1 or 2 hours, to be honest, on a daily basis, especially on weekdays. So how many hours are recommended probably on the weekdays and on the weekends to pass the exam if I want to appear for FAR in December?
So if you're going 2 hours every day, if you're spending 2 hours towards your studies, within 8 to 10 months, you can clear the course. And on Saturdays and Sundays, as you know, the classes would be approximately for 2.5 hours to 3 hours. Apart from that, every day 2 hours would be sufficient for you to clear the exams within 8 to 10 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
perfect.
once you enroll with us, just raise a help desk ticket for a one-on-one mentorship program so that one of the mentor would be helping you in terms of all this, how you need to plan, how much hours you need to dedicate and everything.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you everyone for spending and giving your valuable time to us. Yes, Mahesh.
Hey, hi, my name is Mahesh. So I wanted to ask one question. So I'm carrying almost 12 years of experience with me. So I'm currently working in one of the MNC into the mutual fund business, into the financial reporting itself. So I have one question regarding, so I also hold the CMA degree, the Indian CMA, and so looking forward for CPA. So the question is, if I, clear the CPA exams and I don't want the license, I want to, do my continue with my job itself. So is it possible? So I don't apply for the licenses.
So to work, you don't need a license, but there is a time frame. Within 3 years from the time you clear your 4 papers, within 3 years you need to go with the license. Otherwise, it will be your CPA credits will be lapsed, because without a valid license, you cannot entitle yourself as US CPA. So that is very much required, because you already you're spending almost 3,50,000 towards your exams and everything. Why do you don't want to have a license? Because with license you will have lot many options as well.
No, because the question is regarding, so if I'm currently working on the same profile in a company, into the financial reporting itself, and want to continue the same thing, but I need the CPA. So it means to have that CPA degree, so I need to have a valid license.
Exactly, you need to have a valid license.
Okay, so if I don't have license, then I should not be using the CPA prefix.
Exactly.
And so
Mahesh, you're like, you will have Mahesh Agar sir awaiting CPA license, you can use it, but you cannot have US CPA as a title. So that will add more value to your qualification. Otherwise, it will be awaiting, like, how does it look?
Okay, but the CPA is mandatory for who do the practice and all, or also in the job also is required to keep that license active.
Yeah, your license should be active, and you need to, you will get a CPA license if you have a valid 1 year of experience. So Mahesh, please get in touch with us. We will explain you in detail about this.
Sure, yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mahesh. I'm so sorry, guys. We will have to end up this session for today. So if any of your questions are unanswered, please don't get upset. Please do contact. One of our colleagues have already dropped the contact number and an email ID on this chat window. Please do contact us. We will assign a dedicated counselor who will be assisting you in regards to the procedure. Thank you one and all for your valuable time. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Wishing you all an advanced happy Independence Day.